Today, I'm going to be talking about the Joby Wavo microphone range. I have 3 different sets with me here today, and I'm going to be testing them out. I also just want to mention that these are newly listed on the Wexphoto video store page, so if you want to take a look and have a little read about them, then just follow the link in the description. Just from looking at them, I can very much tell that these are very much tailored towards the content creator style of filmmakers or vloggers or what have you. We have the Joby Wavo Pod right here, which is very much a studio-based microphone, which I'm currently not recording audio through. Confusing, I know. I've got my Rode NT USB right here. We also have the Joby Wavo Airs right here. They are very much similar to the Rode Wireless Go's, to anyone who's familiar with those. They are considered lavalier microphones that are using a wireless signal to transmit audio over the air. And what we can see straight away is that we've got one receiver, which I can imagine plugs into your camera or your smartphone device if you're recording your video using your smartphone device. And then you have these 2 transmitters, which is what picks up your audio. These are the units that you want to be attaching to whoever it is that's going to be speaking. And then we come over to this top of the camera style microphone. It has the cold shoe mount at the bottom, so it can attach to the top of your DSLR or mirrorless camera or cine camera if you want to attach it to one of those and just get some scratch audio with it. It also has a screw mount at the bottom, so you could probably attach this to a boom pole if you wanted to do that and use it to boom over the top of your actors or your speakers. And it comes with a foam windshield on the top as well, so it will really cut down on any wind interference that you might expect out in the field. You do also get the more dead cat style windshield for this microphone as well, so if it's an especially windy day, you do also have that just to cut down on that wind noise that might interfere with your audio. Alright, so that's pretty much first inspections before I've done any testing, so let's get into the testing. So I've just set up the Joby Wavo Pod on my little microphone arm here that's attached to my desk. It's always a nice way to keep the microphone tidy. It also frees up some desk space, and if you don't need your microphone at any given moment, you can just kind of fold it up and out of the way and it's not taking up any space at all. It just goes to the back nice and neat. Now I've got this currently set in the omnidirectional mode. It can switch between omnidirectional and cardioid. Omnidirectional, for those who don't know, is where it basically captures all the sound that is around the microphone. Cardioid is basically where it more focuses on what is in front of the microphone. So everything that is behind the microphone will be slightly dampened and muffled. As you could probably tell, I just switched it into cardioid mode. I should sound a little bit dampened now because I am behind the microphone, but if I turn it around, then the audio should come in a lot more crisp, a lot more concentrated, and just better quality overall. In my opinion, this microphone stands up as a very professional piece of kit. If you are, say, like somebody who's starting out as a voiceover artist, or you're doing live streams and want something that's a little bit more high quality than your standard microphones that you can find out there for online streaming, then this is a very good option for that. Also, because you've got cardioid and omnidirectional modes toggling between the 2 at the touch of a button, that's really handy as well, because if you say like want to run your own podcast or something like that, then you can switch it from cardioid mode, whereby it focuses on one person or whoever's sat in front of the microphone. You could have 2 people, I suppose. You could switch it into omnidirectional mode, stand it in the middle of, say, like a relatively small round table, and then have multiple people sat around it having a conversation about a topic or anything, and then everybody in the vicinity of that microphone should be picked up pretty clearly. That pretty much sums up my thoughts on the Joby Wavo Pod. Now to move over to the Joby Wavo Pro. So now I'm doing a sound test for the Joby Wavo Pro, which is an on-camera microphone. Currently got it fitted on a GH5, which is filming me right now. We're about 2 meters distance apart, so this should give you a fairly good idea of what kind of reception you get when filming in this kind of run and gun documentary sort of style.
That seagull was so loud.
Was it? It ruined that. And now here I am back at my home office, just to give you a sense of what it sounds like in a more indoor controlled studio-like atmosphere. There is the sound of my computer fan currently running at the moment, so you might be able to pick that up in the background, but that might also be something you can remove in post-production. Because of the kind of omnidirectional sort of effect we get from this microphone, it is set to look like a shotgun microphone, but from my testing it does seem to capture a great range of what is going on around it. So they're really good for documentary filmmakers if you want to make sure that you capture as much audio as possible to piece your story together or something like that. I have brought it closer to me because obviously with it being on top of my camera, I often put my camera quite far away so I can get more of a telephoto style picture for the content that I shoot. But I have brought it closer just so I can get a little bit better audio reception from this thing. I don't think this is a bad setup at all. I would prefer to use something a little bit closer to myself, like a studio style microphone, or using like a lavalier microphone or something like that. But this is also a good option if you just want to keep it on the camera without having to sync audio or anything, and also not having to worry about wireless signal interference or anything like that. So now I'm testing the Joby Wavo Air, which is currently transmitting over the air into the receiver that I have planted on top of my Lumix GH5 right now, which Amy is kindly filming on for me. What is really nice about these is that you can choose to use these with or without a wired lapel microphone. It has the 3.5mm jack on the side of the body that you can use if you want to, but if you wanted to keep it a bit more slim form factor, kind of like this, then you can just use without, because it has an inbuilt microphone ready to go. It also comes with a bunch of accessories. You do have these clips that you can attach to the back of these. They're all interchangeable, so you just twist them off and you can put them back on and everything like that. But currently what I have on here is I've got this necklace, and the necklace has a magnet on it, so it's kind of just really nice for if you wanted to keep it flexible. You can attach it to yourself, have it on you, just walk around. It's got a really good hold on there. It doesn't feel like it's going to fall off or anything. It actually feels like I could go for a jog and it would be completely fine. But what is also really versatile about this sort of form factor is that I can also do some presenting, and then if on the fly I wanted to, say, interview somebody else out in public, whether you're doing vox pops or you're at an event and you see like a famous keynote speaker or something, you want to get a few words from them, then you can easily just take it off and go, "Hello sir, how are you?"
Fine, thanks. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. And it's really as easy as that. And also, because it comes with the two transmitters, what is really handy about these is that you can have two running into the same receiver at the same time. Just bringing the Joby Wavo Airs back to my office for a moment, just to talk about these interchangeable accessories that you can mount onto the back of the transmitters and also the receiver. Now, probably the most commonly used one that you would want to be using is the clip one, which attaches to the back, means you can like clip it to someone's shirt or clip it to someone's pocket or wherever you would like on somebody or something. It doesn't fit onto a cold shoe like the Rode Wireless Go's do, but that's not a problem because we do have the cold shoe accessory which slips on the same as these do. They just kind of twist onto the back, and you would probably most likely use this one exclusively for your receiver, so you can fit it onto the top of your camera and then line that straight in. This is the magnet. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's like a little like 1p penny size thing. It just kind of twists onto the back of whichever of these you would want to use, the same as all the other interchangeable accessories and everything. And to remove it, you'll want to use like a 1p coin, 2p coin to get it off. It's got like a groove on the back. You could probably use like your keys or something like that, or that kind of thing. And then finally, one that's quite interesting is this one that kind of looks like a claw. This would attach nicely to a light stand or a boom pole, given that it's thin enough. And what that'll be quite useful for if you used it with a boom pole is that if you are booming in a shotgun microphone, then you could eliminate the use of the long XLR cable kind of thing altogether if you wanted to. You could get the right adapters and everything. You could line it straight into one of these transmitters, connect this to that transmitter, connects the claw to the boom pole, and then you're sending a wireless signal over to the receiver end that you could then have connected into your sound device or your camera, whichever you would prefer. And then that gives you kind of a wireless solution for kind of booming in a microphone if you just wanted that kind of boom shotgun mic kind of audio coming through. I just want to quickly say that I'm actually really impressed with the audio that comes out of the Wavo Airs. Because of the plasticky material that they're made out of, I was almost expecting them to not be as good a quality as I would normally expect from a wireless microphone that I would be using for an average shoot day. But actually, I think they stand up really well. I think they're really crisp. I think they're really clear. I think the range on these is exactly what you would want from a microphone that you'd have mounted to your body. So it kind of helps to eliminate any surrounding audio that might interfere with what you're trying to say on camera or anything like that. And that's with the inbuilt microphone as well, and pairing that with the magnet that comes with it, it's like the perfect distance. But obviously, like, there's a little loop on the back so you can like adjust. This is really weird. It's also elastic, so you can easily just stretch it over your head to get it off and everything. You don't need to adjust it all the time if you find that perfect adjustment that you like using it at. And that pretty much wraps it up for all of these microphones. I hope this has been informative for you in terms of like what you can get out of these microphones and everything like that. If you want to find out more, then there are links in the description to our store pages where you can look at each individual one of these microphones just to find out a little bit more if there's any specifications that you really want to get to grips with. But anyway, if you have any questions about these microphones at all, then do leave them down in the comment section below, and we at Wex will get back to you as soon as we can with all the information that you could need. Now, we've got loads of videos on our channel about all kinds of products, whether it be about microphones, mainly cameras, video and photo, as well as lenses, lighting, all that kind of stuff. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, then do consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.